What's up, guys? Hey. We are the Ricky Dick Bullshit Podcast, Season 2, Episode 16, Skullfest Promotions. Woo. Because tonight, we got Nick Nasty in the house.
That's a beast of me's.
And then we got to my right over here, we got Ryan the Lion.
What?
Hey guys, just like yesterday, we want to say shout out to the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal, death-defying Sabu.
Man.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Especially with that the last match, you know.
He did have a final match.
And it was pretty badass from what I seen. I was like, God dang, he was taking some fucking some nasty bumps, man. Yeah. But it surprised me when it's like, you know, like anybody though, especially people that from that era, because I grew up on the ECW. That's my era when ECW started. Yep. I was there for, I was in my prime of watching wrestling, man. I was 11 years old, just fucking like, what the fuck is ECW? And then someone like Sabu. So yeah, man, rest in peace, Sabu. It's
especially his last match. I mean, you saw that bump that he took on the concrete. He was knocked out, they say.
It's been neat seeing a lot of the tributes and stuff for it, man, and hearing a lot of the wrestlers' perspective when it goes by, because he was close to a lot of people. So it's really neat to see someone celebrated the way that he should be celebrated, because, you know, he probably didn't make as much money, and probably, you know, didn't have a lot to pass down to the next generations or whatever, besides the memories that him in the ring and all that, you know, all that good shit.
And like you said, he was still depressed because he lost his wife.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And the last time people spoke to him, there's times where he was letting that get to him. And he was inside his head.
Yeah, that's hard not to, man. You kind of see that when someone's with somebody for a real long time. The TV went out. But you'll see that a lot of times, man, especially when someone's with someone who's, you know, their life partner, someone they've been with forever. If one of them passes away, the other one don't have too long to go.
You go right after.
Year or so.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you see that more than you don't, it seems like, with people when it comes to relationships.
That's right. And
because you gotta go through the shit.
You gotta go through the shit.
Yeah, you do. You gotta go through your downs. You gotta go through your birth.
So we're having a lot of fun, man. We're getting together. This is the first of many a series that we're doing, a podcast and radio shows promoting Skullfest 6.
That's right.
Skullfest 6 is coming up sooner than later, August 2nd.
Creeping up.
Be there, guys.
Yeah, August 2nd. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We have so much stuff going on in that. We'll hit upon that in this episode and future episodes as well. One thing that we can say is that NiceGuyAndy podcast and the crew are going to try to be down there to be doing live interviews with all the artists that were down there, and we know that Ryan the Lion over here is going to be a part of it. He's going to be playing some live music here on this show here in the next little bit.
Right.
And this is the first one where we're going to be in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yep.
We're going to the big city, boys.
Yeah. What?
I was saying it earlier on the way up here. I was like, Skullfest 1 was on a farm that I lived on.
Yeah.
In a big barn.
That was, and before I knew you.
Yeah, it was a big idea. We were packed. We had tons of people. There were all kinds of different drugs going on everywhere. It was a real moment in Skullface Records, because I had been doing the music for about 7 years before that. And then coming up on this, it was like my musicians and the artists that I'd worked with were meeting some of the newer ones I worked with, and they did not mesh for shit.
I think I remember,
Like for nothing, like I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, diversity's a thirst in me, but some of these people did not want to fuck with the other ones.
They were in the cage, man. They did not want to get out of it.
The acid heads didn't want to fuck with the alcoholics.
Nope.
The alcoholics were mad because they forgot to get on stage. Like, I lost, I think on Skullfest 1, I lost 3 artists that I thought would be a part of Skullfest forever. Lost 3 of them. But I think I probably gained a half dozen. You know, that was like Ronnie Kenner's first performance.
Yeah.
First time I ever seen him play live.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Ronnie's awesome.
Matt Green headlined that.
No way.
all kinds of just random, like it was a random show. And then Skullfest 2 we were talking about in here, we had at literally the KEPW wrestling place in Frankfort, Kentucky.
First time I ever played inside a wrestling ring.
That was your debut for Skullfest. So Skullfest 2. We had a fucking a wrestling show that night.
Yeah.
We booked 3 matches.
Amazing, yeah.
We had all kinds of talent. We had Juicy Jimmy kicking ass and fucking Tony, big dick Tony Corral was kicking everybody's ass. Adrian Alexander.
Yeah.
He fucking owns a goddamn company now.
Sorry that you got chopped, Adrian.
He took the whole fucking wrestling business under his arm and said, "It's mine, bitches."
Yep.
I'm doing it myself. And that was awesome. I think that show was headlined by Pell Walker. There was also, I think, Danny Kerr performed that night.
Danny was there.
Davica Cooper, or Davica Maddox is her new name. She performed. There was some weird ass band. You remember that weird ass band that was like a bunch of heavy set type fellas that kind of sound like Deftones?
Kenya Aussie or something. It was some weird
Japanese name.
Like
I forgot they existed till just now.
Yeah, the fact that you said that.
I forgot they even existed.
And I remember when on that show, because the why that they were the big talked about band at that time is because they had just signed a label.
Yeah, and they were
a big band now. Yeah,
I think I went to the back and caught them sucking each other's dicks. Oh my god! Oh, that might be one of them.
That's how they got. How do you think you get that contract?
The one thing I remember about their performance is the bass player kept fucking kicking his cord and knocking his cord, unplugging himself.
Oh shit!
So every 30 seconds he was unplugging himself, which I think they were all a little drunker. I don't think they were sucking dick, but I think they were drinking out back.
What bassist kicks his own cord out
every 10 seconds? And then you know how the ring's kind of bouncy.
Yeah.
And performers aren't used to being like in
a ring.
To deal with it.
I remember that being like, oh.
And he was kind of tubby and kind of heavy from the bottom. So he couldn't really like bend over real good to pick up the fucking cord, and he was like all over the place, man. But I wasn't very impressed by him. And then we moved on to Skullfest 3, which was awesome. It was in Lawrenceburg.
I wish I'd been there.
And I thought what was that wrestling company called at the time?
It was called New South Wrestling.
And I thought they were the biggest wrestling company, and I thought they were the biggest thing in Kentucky. They were putting together such cards.
And they're still around.
Having Jay Lethal and all that stuff going on, man.
That location was awesome.
It was
great, yeah.
Unfortunately, I think the reason have Jay Lethal, Moose, and Booker T. It does a lot to your wallet.
Yeah.
And now they're with AMW.
Yeah, and to your old lady if your old lady's hosting them at home. Yeah. Free as studs.
That's right.
That place was making a killing off the concession stand.
We
had an awesome show. We had awesome band. That was headlined by Hide the Riot. We had Chaos from Nashville up there.
That was a great performance by them.
That was one of your best performances.
I headlined that.
You shined it.
Well, I was supposed to start midday.
You headlined
me to the end.
You headlined. You headlined for the single performances.
Yeah.
Because Hide the Right played after you.
Yep.
But it was awesome, man. You put together an awesome performance. But you go to the concession stand and it was like, let me get a Pepsi and nacho, and she was like, oh, $17.50. Like damn, fucking the concession stand's making some money. It's making some money, and then we move on to Skullfest 4 and 5 was hosted at a cool bar, Neon Nights, out of Nicholasville.
Yeah.
Which going into 4, Hide the Riot, we had built that bar up with shows. Like we've been going up there with Voice of Reason and you and Ronnie and Baby Wolf and the Troy Perry Show, Slow Keel. Like we had just been all kinds of bands. I'm probably leaving out several that we had. But we were doing like 2 shows a month for 10 months, and then we had Skullfest 4, and it was amazing. Like it was just fucking nuts outside.
Hey, I enjoyed Skullfest 4 because we got to do a live podcast.
It was awesome having you guys a part of it. That's the reason I feel like Skullfest 6. I'm just trying to get the best parts of all of them and meshing them together in this one that we're having up in Louisville.
This is gonna be awesome. It's never the same location. I think I guess we did it twice in at Neon.
At Neon, yeah.
But it's almost always somewhere
switching it up, and that's what I'd like to try to do from now on. It's just Neon did us so good on 4, I had to run it back. Unfortunately, I had a leg injury.
Yeah.
It was real fucking hot that day.
Oh no.
Stormed in the afternoon. But we had an awesome show. Like, it could have been better.
If you remember, Skullfest 4 had storms threatening to shut it down before too.
Yeah, it was wild. That was a wild day.
It was.
But I was fucked up, man. I was just fucking lit. It started out, Skullfest 4 started out with Ryan Hamilton. He had played a couple of them for me, and like, I like the dude as a person, but booking him, fuck, dude, he's hard to work with. Like, he's either a little late, or he's not ready, or whatever the fuck I was having to deal with. And it started out with me having to be like, look, dude, if you're either going to eat your cheeseburger or you're not going to play. So it started out kind of rough, but then it smoothed itself out, man. It was probably my favorite show that I've ever literally booked, for sure.
Well, he always seemed like he always tried to help out. He was like,
I liked him. Like I said, as a person, he was awesome, and we would hang out and stuff. Like we got along great. I liked him, but as a booker, having to put him on stage and getting him to go,
it just seemed like he wasn't prepared.
Oh, he was a booger. He was a booger. You couldn't get out, man.
Yeah, you can't.
And he probably hates me for it because it makes me look like a dick when I have to pull the I'm in charge card and you're fucking shit up. So we got to move on without you. Sorry, bro.
I mean, you got to be.
But you have to do that, man.
Well,
you know,
when you know, like as a performer, if you know you're about to be what you're supposed to be, you need, like, being ready is a part of the game. Like the people who if I offend anyone, like anyone who is, if you're doing your own show and you're still reading your lyrics and stuff like that, you're not ready.
You're not ready
for what you're doing.
You should have been practicing the 2 months ahead of time.
Locked in, absolutely.
I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%, man.
And I guess that goes for wrestling too. I think if you're about to do something as a big performance or anything like that, know
what you're doing or know how to do it.
Period.
You either need to know what you're doing or know how to get to where you're going.
Same with UFC. You gotta be prepared. Otherwise you're gonna get destroyed.
100%. Period. You have to know what game you're walking into and every aspect of that. So I don't know.
So Ryan.
Yes, sir.
You released your first album almost 3 years ago. 4 years ago?
4 years ago, I guess. Yeah, it's about 4 years ago.
How time?
2021. Just boom. Yeah, crazy.
Just flies. But now you're on the huff of doing your new album.
Yep.
Your second album.
Second album, and I'm kind of, it's an album in my head, but really I'm just going through. I'm just releasing.
You're gonna put them together toward the end.
Yeah, at the end when I have them all done, I will probably release a whole album. But really, I am actually enjoying the whole single era. Where
let's talk about that. Let's talk about the first single, "Old Death's Keychain."
Yes.
Am I pronouncing that right?
Old Death's Keychain is.
That's cool. It's a cool title.
Yeah.
It's neat.
It's a fun little story, kind of lore song.
Going into your second album now, you found a producer to up the sound a little bit. I call him Dio.
Dio, yeah.
His name's Ronald James. You can find him Warp Tat Studio.
Yeah.
Just look him up.
Yeah.
He's got his own way of doing things.
Yeah, good dude.
He's kind of stubborn in his ways on the way that he records.
A little.
But he's awesome.
Yeah,
he's a great producer.
No, the sound's amazing.
And with the work that he did with you, because a lot of people can't mix with him. I've took people up there. I've took probably 7 people with him. Not everybody meshes. But when I first heard Old Death's Keychain and the percussion he added to it, because he did the bass and drums, correct?
Bass and drums to it, yep.
Woo!
Yeah, right on.
I was like, what in the fuck is going on, brother? So, did you have that song written and all these written before you met Dio, or did you write these after Dio, or after you met Dio, did the way that you write now change? So there's a herd of questions.
Well, honestly, first going into that first recording session with him, like me knowing that this is someone who is, in my opinion, I'm paying him for the day, but he is a professional, so I want to try to match the same energy.
That's right.
So I came in actually already like rehearsed on the 2 songs that I knew I was going to be playing. I had them
ready to record,
ready to roll. I knew exactly the vocal loops I wanted to try to hit, and I knew what tempo that I wanted to kind of hit at. So I really came prepared. Like literally, I want to say that first take, I want to say it took us maybe 40 minutes.
Now he told me, me and him's got kind of close, and he told me that you record different than me.
Oh yeah.
When I go up there, I'm playing the guitar, doing the left and right, and then going into the vocal booth.
Yeah.
And then layering from there. Then if I had drums, bass, whatever.
Yeah.
He said that you like to play your guitar while you're singing.
Yeah.
You want to do them both at the same time.
Yeah, when I write the song, like it's weird. I can't necessarily play the guitar part.
You lose a little of each if you don't do it together.
It's weird because that's how I wrote it, so that's how I always play.
Do you ever go back?
I've thought about it.
And do
more
guitar over?
Like, I could always do that, and I thought about saying that to you.
But you haven't had to. You didn't do it with Old Keychain.
No, I didn't, because I had the raw, and what came out, I loved. Like, I wasn't, why rewrite it if you like what you're hearing? Mm-hmm. So I really thought, I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for, so why keep on writing into something that is finished?
Well, you get it keyed, Old Keychain on there, get it playing a second.
And that song.
Going into before you got there, then what'd you write this about? Like, what was your influences, and what is your influences now? Like, after you got past your first album, I know that was a huge accomplishment, and to some people, that's all you want to do. Yeah. That you're done. Like, I got my album, I'm good to go. I don't need nothing else. What is your motivation, and what was your motivation going into this first single, Old Death's Keychain?
I mean, honestly, I guess I love doing it. Like, that's the motivation. Is just something. It's who I am, and I will always be kind of like tailoring this part of what can I create. It's the real creator part of me that I like to sharpen. So I'm always going to have those songs. Like, even
when you finish one, it's a kind of a, I want to do this for the feeling of doing it when it's finished.
Absolutely. Like,
with that release.
I look at it as whenever I'm not here, this is what is left of me that I get to leave behind. And I want it to be that poetry. I want it to be that experience to a point. And so it's one of those things of where it's important to me, and it's just one of those things that comes from me. So I just love doing it. I'm going to do it no matter what.
Cool. Well, we're going to check out this first single.
We are.
Like I said, we have Dio, a.k.a. Ronnie James of Warped Hat Studio. He produced the song, recorded the song, put bass and drums, was an incredible additive. This won't be the last song tonight that we hear that's going to be featuring Dio. Yeah. Dio's a magic man. Sometimes I feel like he is not even real. He's just something that I've made up in my head. That I created. I was like, through positive thinking, I now have found a producer who can understand my mumbo jumbo.
Well, the one thing I absolutely love probably the most about working with him, and it's funny because he almost thinks that it's going to offend me, but it actually is probably the thing I like the most about him. He's critical to the fact of he wants to get the best out of whatever he's working with. And that's all it comes down to for him. And then, like, when you find a guy like that, where it's not about what you can add, but just how perfect can I make this, it will give you a different sound like a perfect kind of sound.
He takes pride. He don't want to put up dog shit to have his name attached to it.
Period. Like, I hope we play Freezer Space.
He's proud of his.
I'm so proud.
He's proud of his stuff, dude. How many times does he show us his shit with other artists? Like, check this out, dude.
He will go through it.
He's like, check this out. He's proud of his stuff, man. I would be too. But this is Ryan Line. This is the first single. You can find this on Skullfest Records YouTube. It's also available on all major platforms. Spotify, whatever you listen to.
I like it.
I can't believe that artwork. I was like, that literally looks just like Brian in the space, man.
It does.
It's the middle.
I was tripping when I first saw it. Brian has to use some biggest hit you can say.
You guys are tuning in, you guys are listening, man. Go to Skullfest Records, subscribe. Check out all the artists. We got all kinds of stuff, man. You don't like the first one, we got all kinds of different music. We got podcasts, we got commercials, we got all kinds of stuff.
Maybe we got the Johnny Beaver podcast.
Dude, the Johnny Beavers podcast jam.
Yeah. I guess he wanted to be your friend last time.
He was kind of backtracking. That's what happens most time when they try to mess with the Hey, this just sounds perfect. This sounds like something that would be in a really important scene of a gangster movie.
Yeah, like, and when I wrote this song, I kind of wanted some type of just like something that rolls. You know what I'm saying? That had that roll, that carry to it. Like someone said it sounds like Appalachian, like jazz music in a sense. It was
sounds like
That's yeah.
Shout out to Todd Price.
Yeah.
I like it though. Got the vocal.
Yeah, this is perfect. It's smooth. Like I said, when I heard the percussion, I was like, well, that's such a great additive to what Brian already brought to all his songs. So on his first album, it was mainly there was some percussion on it, but nothing like that.
Yeah, nothing like that. Well, and that first album, truly, like, that was the album where I really felt the actual recording aspect of it. And, like, that album, I really recorded all that album in my in between the hours of my kids were sleeping. Like, that's how I got that album. So that album
so when you go to Dio's, to me, it's a relief.
It's fun.
Chill, you're there yourself. I like the fact that you can, I don't even smoke cigarettes, but I like the fact that you can smoke cigarettes. Because I've been in so many, you kill that for us, brother. So, yeah, because I've been to so many different studios, man, and you can't smoke cigarettes, and they're all vain about everything, man. And
yeah, no, he's cool.
You don't want to spill nothing or whatever, dude. I go in there, and I'll be having a good time. I'll be letting loose. His wife always knows when I'm there.
Yeah.
It smells a little different.
It smells different.
It smells a little different.
That's the way it should be.
So, yeah, man, that's a great song. That was the first single. It's blowing up on YouTube. We got a YouTube page. Over the last 2 years, 3 years, it's unbelievable how many views we've been getting. You know, I've had the page for 15 years. I've been doing it for 15 solid years. You know,
a long time.
And for the first 13 years, we was averaging 25 to 30,000 views each year. And then 2023, it bounced up to like 36 or 40,000, and then it bounced up to 56,000, and then last year it bounced up to over 100,000 views. And on this year we're on about an 18-month run of an average of about 300 views a day.
Hell yeah.
Which is about 100,000 a year.
Yeah.
And that's been going on for about 18 months now.
That's your hard work.
And it's because we've been releasing music like that. Like when we put out singles, these singles are solid. Like I'll do a run every once in a while where I'll put out some old demos for some kind of release here and there, and they'll bank up like 50, 100, 200 views or something. But all of our major singles this year are all almost at 1,000 already, and we're not even halfway through. I think there's 6 or 7 videos that's over 1,000 views already. You have 3 yourself.
All 3 of my videos are over 1,000.
Or banging.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at maybe getting 10,000 views just between your videos this year.
I've already at that's funny is because I think of, like the other day I was calculating it up. I'm already at over 4,000 between the 3.
That's crazy, ain't it? That's crazy. Well, let's talk about the second single then, man. Let's go right into that. The second single that was off of that is called "In the Pocket."
We don't have to do the In the Pocket.
No, I got it on here. Yeah, I want to listen to all 3. I got the other one at the end of the show.
In the Pocket was the one that I wrote to be kind of that. I almost wanted to be that gospel type of drive vibe, but about like the art and the magic of performing.
So what are you doing before you sit down and put pen to the paper? Do you have the riff in your head?
Yes.
And then you're writing to the riff?
So it's a process for me where what I basically do is I will find that sweet magic riff that I want, and then once I have
so you're composing a song first.
Yeah, like that's exactly. I get that music first, and then once I have that, I kind of hum or put together what type of vocal pattern I want.
No, just humming just random words,
random sounds, just what matches,
I do that a lot in rehearsals.
What matches with that what's the vibe? What vibe am I hitting? And then once that happens, then I will take up to a week to sometimes 3 weeks
to put together an actual story.
Just literally run different patterns through my mind on just a regular basis, and then at some point the little volcano just pops, and I will sit down and spit out the song in 15 to 20 minutes.
Does anything help you at home? Does anyone ever help? Because for a little bit, when I got stuck, I like writing every day.
Yeah.
Like regardless, I just like writing. And if I have trouble or I feel like I'm being corny with myself, sometimes I'd ask my wife, I'd be like, hey, will you write down what I'm saying?
Oh, that's awesome.
Just just write it down for me, so I don't have to do that. I can just think it, and because I feel like having to write it down sometimes I'll get stuck.
Yeah.
With writing, because there's like a little bit of a
you get in a loop, almost, right?
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes that'll help you. Do you ever write with anybody else, or have you ever co-written with anybody when it comes to lyrics, or is that something that's just kind of really personal with you right now?
I've never co-written on the lyric part, but I will.
Seems like a whole different beast.
I bounce out. I always bounce ideas off my wife. She's
she's
the best friend. Yeah.
How is she when it comes to that? Is she brutally honest, or is she?
Well, it's not necessarily because that's.
Or is she brutally nice?
Well, because we're different, it's not necessarily like her saying like I like or I don't like. It's more of like being an extra brain and thinking out the idea of what I'm trying to work for. Like, oh, well, you could go this direction or this direction, and it's more of someone being a partner and trying to help you with what you're trying to achieve.
Because that could really help you get over that hump.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes I haven't had it for a while, but I've been writing some song after song after song after song. It seems like for about a month now. But like I said, sometimes when I hit a wall, it's nice to find somebody that you can bounce the stuff off. That was one cool thing about Hide the Riot, was that David wrote songs too.
Absolutely.
So having two writers in the song to where you didn't have to really worry about the lyric content, you just had to worry about how to sing it on one side of it. Like you didn't even have to carry it. Was kind of cool. Now in this new band that I'm in, that I haven't even really announced much. I think it's the first time it's ever said, but the Psychotic Marvels are together now. Yeah, we're together as a band now.
Is that what we're going? Is Psychotic Marvels?
Yeah, it's the Psychotic Marvels.
I've always loved that name.
It's been under my repertoire
for a while.
12, 13 years.
Yeah.
Like me and Jason Crump, he's the lead guitarist of it. We've been riffing and writing and jamming and being buddies for a long time.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing him when I was like 12 and him walking by when he had long hair and he was like, yeah, cool Metallica shirt, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like we go old school back in the day. And he brings that heavy sound.
Yeah.
Like Pantera, Metallica, Down, Dimebag Darrell, Zakk Wylde.
Heavy down pick.
Like he plays it real good. And then we have Chad Myers on bass.
Okay.
He's a natural guitar player.
I gotcha.
But he's a musician. And him and Jason are best friends. They've been best friends since longer than I've known them. And they've always been best friends since I've known them. And I think he decided to want to play bass for this project. One, to be a part of a project with his best friend Jason.
Period.
And then second, to be in a band.
Yeah.
And that's what we needed. We needed a bass player. So he's got, and these bass guitars, he's borrowed one from a buddy of ours named Jeremy Connor, man. And it's like this 5-string. I don't know, man. It looks like something Les Claypool would like have hanging up, but it sounds so
like
good.
a gent machine or something?
It's ridiculous, man. And it's so pretty and clean. And he's a great bass player. We actually we rehearsed without the guitar player, without Jason this past Sunday. It was just me, the drummer. The drummer, Doug, and he's a great drummer, man. Like I said, he reminds me of David Suarez. I'll pronounce his name, but without the annoying girlfriend. Like he's single, so
that makes it a little more palatable.
Yeah, Doug Jackson and Chad Myers, and like I said, we all grew up in Paris too. Like we grew up in the same area. I think I'm a little younger than all of them, which is weird. I think I was the old man in the last band.
Young stud.
This one I'm the young stud at 44 years old. But we got a heavy sound. We're not trying to do too much. We're going to be playing at our first show is going to be Skullfest.
Awesome.
And we're not trying to do too much. We got 5 solid songs, 1 cover. We're doing a down song called Bury Me in Smoke, which is a badass tune.
Okay.
And Jason plays it perfect. So it just makes it, the whole ominous of the songs.
He's a hell of a guitar player.
Unbelievable. One of the best I've ever been in a band with, for sure. You know, nothing against any other guitar player I've been with, but he's beyond perfection. Like, to me, I have to be like, hey guys, let's not think it. Don't overthink it. Like, just do what you do. and keep it in the pocket and play the songs for what the songs are, and people are going to love us.
Well, that's what's really funny about the, I guess, the Skullface community is you have a half of us that are perfectionists, and you have a half of us that are like
don't
literally,
give a fuck.
they're absolutely just
play.
wild and crazy.
Like
it's wonderful.
abstract art.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know
They'll throw a paint on the
my
wall,
thing.
put music behind it,
Yeah.
and that is a performance.
Like I'm
100%.
totally cool with sitting back and letting people that's cool with perfection perfect what they're doing as I'm a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't do it.
I know, I get it. Yeah.
I have to I want to like pick up the guitar and sing it into here and use this recording for my album.
Yeah, I just throw it on.
Like I don't care. I just don't care when it comes to that shit, man. To me, it's the moment. Like I recorded my first 2 major recordings I did by myself. My first recording was this One Part Madness. Was
Yeah.
more professional, and I did that in saying professional. I did it inside my house.
Yeah.
When I did Negative 77, I did it in this old ass building that was 160 degrees upstairs with asbestos everywhere. And there was a drummer and a bass player and me, and I had 2 mics set up, and we played literally 18 or 19 songs straight off of that.
Is that Evan? Was he on that
No,
track?
this guy named Juice Grindstaff.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, dude, he's an amazing drummer, and he was, and we just went at it, and to me, the coolest thing about that whole project is being able to say that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we never rehearsed.
Huh.
We never, Britt knew Juice, said, hey, Juice plays drums, you should get with him and do some shit, and because I've been wanting to play these punk songs that I had written. I had like 20 punk rock songs written, and I hadn't recorded them. And I know this drummer, and I was like, and she was like, my dad owns this building downtown, I don't think he'd care if you guys go upstairs in it and set up. So I got some cheap ass recording equipment and went up there, and we literally did it all. Like I would just be like, here's the riff, here's the change, we chug a beer, and then we play it.
Oh, that's fun.
And then I edited a little bit once I got it. Like maybe did some backup vocals over top of something, maybe adjusted some volume or something. Didn't do much of anything, and put out 2 albums that literally got signed by a label called 8 Up Records that produced out of St. Louis and Kansas City area.
Yeah.
And they put out punk rock albums everywhere. And they did this comp album called We Are the Future, and they did like 100 of these motherfuckers. And they put all these Negative 77, my bands, on there. So we caught fucking popularity all over the fucking world, thinking we were these punk rock gods when we had never played one fucking show together ever. We just got together in a goddamn fucking
good punk rock, yeah, period.
Yeah, and we just played some good fucking punk.
That's as punk as rock is ever gonna be.
That's stupid, ain't it, man? But that's the cool thing. Like if I'd waited and been like, oh no, I gotta get in the studio and I gotta have this certain amp and I gotta have this certain fucking guitar, I wouldn't even have it to this day probably.
Well, the funny man, whenever I was in my whenever I was in my 20s, and I was like. I had a roommate, best friend, Zenon, that was a professional drummer, went to actual drum
Is this who
college.
those YouTube videos are?
Exactly. But here's the thing, we played together all the time. Like we would wake up, play for hours, You
guys look like best friends in the videos.
It was we became so in sync where we'd be able to play for an hour to 2 hours without saying anything and just play and just go through and just jam for hours. But the one thing I regret is wishing that we would have recorded more of our stuff, because that one video is all we did.
Yeah.
That's it. And
even if it was dog shit. Even if it was just dog shit, nothing, just to have that.
Oh yeah, just to hear. There's still some moments, I remember we made some just amazing tunes, and I can never go back and capture those again, you know what I'm saying? So it's just I wish I was more in the recording process.
I just randomly Googled your name, I think, for some reason. And when I did, it came up with you with some drummer.
Yeah.
And you was looking young as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I look like I'm 14 in that shot, but I'm actually 22.
Yeah, I was like, that's Ryan jamming with somebody. I was like, check that out, dude. That was badass. I just shared the Rinky Dink podcast with everything. If you guys are listening and want to call in and be a part of the show, call in and be a part of the show, man.
Absolutely.
I got a report that podcast Jim, who's been harassing me every time that I come on the NiceGuyAndy podcast or the Rinky Dink Bullshit podcast, he's in jail.
In jail.
He's in jail.
What?
I don't know if I'm going to get it in this show, or if I don't, I'll send it in to you for the next show.
Yeah.
But somebody just told me that he was in jail and he's blaming me. He got sued for not paying the payments on his Meemaw's scooter that he said that I should pay because I got it towed and he never got it out. And he went to jail for owing the money for his Meemaw's scooter, and he says that I need to get him out of jail.
This guy keeps on blaming you ever since that
Podcast Jim.
Yeah. For you that has been here, Podcast Jim's been calling every show that he's been a part of. Just to say that.
He just comes in and he says, Nick Himes, you're talking trash about me for the last time.
And he says that he was the inventor of podcasts. And that.
He didn't invent podcasts. He's delusional. His Meemaw let him live with her way too long. And I think he sold that motor scooter for crack.
Yeah.
And now he's in jail, and he says that we need to get him out. Well,
there's probably his Meemaw's crack pipe that raccoon
is
had
there.
Right?
If anybody wants to get Podcast Jim out of, they said he's in jail in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh man!
I think that's.
He went to Florida and got arrested.
Remember his lawyer that he had calling in on us?
He did. He had fucking who was it?
I forget what he was calling himself, but
it's that lawyer that's got the same name, not the Hammer. Morgan.
Yeah.
And he sounded like a cartoon character you just talked to me. I was like, this can't be serious. And he's like, sure enough, I'm suing you on behest of
Well, if anybody wants to donate some money, maybe somebody can give him some money so he can call us from his jail cell.
Man, he
can call in from the jail cell.
He's a GoFundMe, right?
It is a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to give some money to the GoFundMe for Podcast Jim so he can call in and talk trash.
Then stop harassing us, right?
So this, right a line in the pocket, 1,200 views in 4 months of play.
Yep, bang!
Kicking ass and taking names. Let's listen to In the Pocket. Which one?
Don't forget that we will be having Ryan Line for live.
Yeah, he might play a couple songs for us. He listened to a lot of artists and both in the gigs. We got some music from Eddie or Dennis and Brian Hime. He listens to 92. Yeah, what we're listening to is Ryan Line. Skullface Records /2 for Spotify. What do you listen to? Is that your
Spotify, Spotify's got all the
I don't love it with Pandora.
Yeah, Pandora's good. Spotify's more easy.
I tell you what, we get a lot of people. It's not.
He locked it up. Yep, he locked it up. Look, Ryan, he's coming to get you. Locked from the outside. That's where he got that.
Yo, locked down, buddy.
He got locked out by the security system.
I'm getting down in that pocket, grab it slow. I'm getting down in that pocket, grab it slow. I'm digging into that pocket, grab it slow. I'm jumping into that pocket, grab it slow. I'm getting down in that pocket, grab it slow. I'm getting down in that pocket, grab it slow. I'm getting down.
had to show
When I do shows,
That's so much logic in my head. I got
Yeah.
a format.
Ryan the Lion ends the pocket. These songs are bangers, Ryan.
Yeah, they
Everything coming off of your new album. I remember hearing your first song. We'll go back to the Old Death's Keychain, and I sent it to Ronnie Anonymous, and he said, "Holy shit, we got to step our game up." You're blowing everybody out the fucking water.
Me and Ronnie have always, like, it's funny because I'll release something and then he'll come to me and be like, man, that motivates the shit out of me. And then all of a sudden he'll release something, I'm like, dog, I gotta do that. Dude, that makes me want to do, like, because I remember when he did the show at the Sin City Vinyl podcast or radio show.
He did 2
Great songs, and I remember just him doing that, and I remember being like, oh yeah, that it tickled something.
All of his acoustic performances through that like 4-month process, climaxing at Skullfest 420.
Yeah.
Which was at Hair of the Doghouse.
Yeah.
We forget about that one too. That's
Yep.
the sneaky Skullfest that was in there, the Skullfest 420 show. Ronnie, when he was performing up there, there was a glow going around him weirdly, and it was like his whole body was vibrating. His whole vibe was vibrating. He was on like a weird level.
Yeah.
Like he was fixing to like vanish and go back into 1965. Like he was going back to the future. Yeah, he's an alien.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Wait till I get him in here to tell his alien story. Nobody's even heard it. I mean, we're going to start it. We haven't started because it's not the season yet. We got to slowly into it. But we're going to be doing haunted stuff and haunted. They're going to be bringing some folks to Cynthiana. We're going to take them out to the Colville Bridge.
Okay.
And we're going to do that. And then later that night, we're going to go to the Ross Theater where we had our show and do the all-night haunted thing at the most haunted opera house in Kentucky.
Bro, I remember
Nice.
when we played there, and we were all setting up beforehand and everything, and we're in the backstage area, and then they had the stairs, and I remember like it was me, David, and who's the guitar, the other Johnny, or John, and we're all like, let's go down there, and we go down there.
Yeah.
Your soul sinks.
You
it
have
is
to go down
absolutely haunted, like 100%. Like you feel it in the back of your neck. It's crazy,
dude. I got married there.
I remember I was at the wedding.
On Halloween,
Nice.
2020.
Yeah.
When it was COVID time.
Balls to the
We
wall.
brought everybody together,
Yeah,
had a big old
absolutely.
party, and didn't give a fuck.
You can wear a mask if you want.
I had the theater the night before for rehearsal,
Yeah.
and then the whole day the next day. So I got to be in the theater at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, by myself, just me and Ronnie. It was just me and Ronnie, because we went and picked up, like I went to go pick up something, and we just sat in the theater and just like made loud noises.
That's so
and
crazy.
stuff.
I'm
like
gonna
in
put
the
a
pitch
recorder out
dark.
just to see what you pick
dude,
up.
it
Yeah, because that would have been crazy.
oogie spooky.
Oh yeah.
It was oogie spooky, man. We did all kinds of stuff in that place. I don't think I'm allowed to perform there no more. Like when we go in there and do the ghost hunt, I'm a paying customer for that.
Yeah.
But the last show that I had, I'll keep make some fucking noise, like fucking fuck the fuck.
Well, and also it didn't help that So Serious Black went over like a solid 30-something minutes.
Yeah.
Like he had to literally shut the power to get him to stop.
It was his uncle.
Yeah.
They're buddies.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's funny.
What a cool show, though. Those shows were cool. The after parties, when we did the last one, the studio was still across the street.
Yeah.
Next to what we were talking about, the old Legends
Bar. Yeah.
Well, you were saying the Legends Bar was what? What was you talking about earlier?
I mean, it was absolutely a vibe, because I mean that bar was it was a dive bar, but at the same time it gave you a stage to unite on.
It did.
And you had so many amazing artists that you would put on like basically. Oh.
Wait a second. Okay, we got someone calling.
Still got calling.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are on the podcast.
Hello? Yeah, can I get a 2 shrimp rolls and a
I don't
Kung
think
What if it's
Pao chicken?
I think they got scared. I can't hear them.
Do we got to call them back?
Do we have to call you back?
I'm
Sounds
coming
like
for you, Nick Nasty.
Is it connected correctly?
Is it that
Yeah,
guy?
it's connected correctly.
This podcast, Jim.
I bet that
Maybe you
is.
tried to call and you got to connect. You got to pay.
Will you accept this call
Will
from
you
the
accept
county
it?
jail?
Yeah, I bet we can't accept it. We can't accept the $4.99.
That's what it is.
Hello?
I think they're on mute. I can't hear them.
I can't hear me either. Cause the speaker's on.
Yup.
Hello?
Hey,
Maybe it's not connected to the Bluetooth.
Hello.
Yeah.
yo, there's something's wrong there.
All right, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, you all live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, me and Troy are here.
Oh, okay. You guys are outside?
Yeah, we're outside the studio right now.
Okay. What do you guys?
We're hanging out at Walmart.
I was gonna say we have I'll take my 420 break in 15 minutes.
He said things 420 like 18 minutes.
That's awesome. What's Troy doing
Keep
at?
talking about you, Don.
What's Troy doing at Walmart? Meeting up with James Weber?
Trolling around the.
Yeah. Down there.
Yeah, we're live.
You guys are
Yeah,
live.
we're live.
Who all's in there? Is that more the long looking guy in there?
We got Ryan the Lion, Mr. Nick Nasty, and SuperFly Johnny.
That's
Is
right.
Johnny the only host?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I
Solo night, man.
am. They always solo.
He's a lone wolf, man.
Well, Troy,
TMI, baby, TMI.
Well, Troy, we got here a little early. We got here at like 7:15, and I came and knocked on the door, and 3 women came running out the door and just ran out. Didn't say nothing to me and Ryan. Just ran out. Was like trying to zip up their pants and grabbing their stuff and just bouncing out. And I come in, and Superfly's putting his jacket back on.
What can I say? It gets crazy in here.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, y'all make sure you lock up the Diddy baby oil too.
Yeah.
There's too many of that.
Diddy time starts at 9:15, baby.
Oh, boy.
15 minutes of Diddy time. What's
Johnny?
Hey, what's going on, Ronnie, man? I was trying to get in touch with you, man. I'm hoping you can come to the May 29th show.
What's going on there? Where's it at?
Up here. We got another one up here, May 29th.
Lexington?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. What's May 29th show? Oh, what is it? You're talking about that show.
Yeah, up
Oh,
here.
yeah, the podcast. I got you.
Yeah. The
What day's that fall on?
Thursdays. We always do Thursdays up here. You're always kind of tied up on Thursdays, aren't you?
Yeah, well, they keep messing my schedule up, and they go back and forth on Saturday and Sunday now, so I don't know what's going on.
Do you want me to tag them and ask them what the fuck's up?
Yeah.
Be like, we need him as a podcast, bitches.
That's right.
Yeah, I've been working on the Omni Death Quote project I've been doing.
Oh yeah, you were talking
I
about that.
don't even know if I could sing anymore. Like, I haven't sung forever, and every time I try to do, my throat's all screwed up.
I feel you. I've been trying to rehearse too. It takes. I'll sing one day and then have to feel like I have to stop for like 6.
Yeah, I gotta get some equipment, but if I get the equipment in time, I might just do the Omni set. If not, I'll probably just do the anonymous set.
Who's all a part of this project?
Just me. I do loops and backing tracks, and I do like layers of the loops. So it's basically like movie scores.
That's neat. That's neat. I remember you trying to bring this live performance out. What, about a year and a half ago?
Well, I think I did, but I played like heavy songs.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. It's just kind of like mellow, like trippy music, like just kind of score.
Kind of like jazz alternative.
No, it's kind of just like film score stuff.
I dig it.
Dude, one of your last.
It's completely different, but it's kind of like where it's kind of been going with music lately. Like, I'm kind of over it. I feel like I've been reborn almost in a sense. It's hard for me to, even though I got a 6 string, it's hard for me to pick up the guitar and like write music now.
Yeah, I feel that.
Your last release definitely sounded like you could tell that you were going in that direction. I forget.
Well, I mean, fuck, that last release was songs that I'd already recorded like 10 times.
Yeah, forever ago.
I'm out of fuel with the anonymous stuff. Like, I haven't written anything. Like, there's nothing left for me to, like, I don't think to do anymore with that. So I'll do it when I have to and can. But like,
I weirdly I weirdly
move on.
I weirdly finished the releases for all of the music we were going to put on the streaming stuff over the last couple of days, and when I finished up, we had 77 songs.
Dang.
Oh, really?
That's between me, you, and Ryan.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, Todd's held up in legal troubles with this stuff.
Super legal troubles, man. Something to like I said. This is what I could gather from it,
Yeah.
because the audio wasn't getting checked off, wasn't getting the shit. It was the image of the Chinese girl that was drawn.
He swears up and down that he watched him draw that artwork.
And that's all good, but if he's drawing something else that's something else's image that's got a copyright somewhere in Japan,
Then you're screwed.
Exactly.
you know, that could be like the image for fucking Pepsi Cola
Or Coca-Cola.
in
Yeah.
Taiwan or something, is that
Yeah.
fucking chick.
And you're not going against those lawyers, trust me.
Yeah, dude, so
Yeah.
whatever. Go ahead.
I'll try to get him to maybe make a new cover or something.
What he did, he sent me an alternate cover or whatever. I just kind of had to put it out there. Like I said, when I put those out there, and I had to like fill out all these reports saying that I wasn't trying to fucking steal shit and wasn't trying to upload shit that wasn't my shit. I was like, fuck. Yeah, it was a pain in the dick, man. But yeah, dude, appreciate you all calling in, and I don't want to. You guys enjoy Walmart. See if you can find the hidden Skullface record stickers that are randomly hidden on shelves in Walmart.
They never made Ronnie pull those out. Yeah, but I had to scrape them off. Thanks a lot.
There's more. Every time I go in there, I plant them in the stuffed animals, in the women's shoes, and in the panties.
How come Morgan Wallen didn't show up for the show tonight?
Morgan Wallen. I don't know who Morgan Wallen is.
Oh, he's that famous country singer. He's that little dude that was in there the last time I was there.
Oh,
you talking about B Money?
B Money.
B Money's
Okay.
a busy man.
B Money's.
He looked like Morgan Wallen with his hat on.
I don't know who Morgan Wallen is.
Isaac's calling you?
No. Well, Podcast Jim's in jail in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah. He was trying to be friends.
Well, we're trying to get a GoFundMe to see if anybody will send him some money so he can call us from jail in Jacksonville. But they're saying Podcast Jim's in jail because he owes money on his Meemaw scooter.
But here's the kicker: he keeps on blaming you.
He's trying to blame Nick, yeah.
Are y'all kissing each other?
Are you guys making out? What's going on?
Listen real closely, you can hear me.
Yeah.
In like next week, I think he's stay over at my place.
Yeah, more. He said he was going to come down. Do you think he's going to do any? Is he going to be that's what I was wondering, if he was going to do any music with you.
I think we're just gonna jam and maybe record some synthesizers and shit.
That sounds fun. Bring him over so we can do a podcast show or something.
All right, yeah.
That'd be fun. It'd be good to see him because I haven't seen him since he was coming up there to the Neon Night show. Shanae did a show at Neon for a year and a half.
Yeah, we're gonna try to work on the Bandcamp to get it upgraded. So I think if Ryan and Troy here hook us up with some write files or whatever.
Okay.
I can send him you one.
Yeah, we got all that. Appreciate you calling in, brother.
All right.
You and Troy take care.
Bye, guys.
Hey, promote the Troy Perry show.
Oh, we will.
Oh,
We will, and make sure that if you see James Weber, kick him in the balls.
Tell me to listen naked.
Listen naked. Thanks, y'all. See y'all. That was cool.
That was fun.
I think we're gonna have another call in here in about a 15-minute-ish. Johnny Lee.
Like it.
Johnny Lee, it's about that time.
Yep.
You know, when I come in, I give my all. I try to put together an awesome show. I bring a guest with me.
Yep.
I do all kinds, but during the halfway marker, that's a little bit of 420 time.
That's right.
So
Nothing wrong with that.
either Ryan can come with me and you can solo promote, or Ryan can stand here and talk with you, but I'm going outside to 420. I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You gonna come with me, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll come with you.
And while that's going on, guys, I want to give a shout out to all my peoples because Calamity Jane was on the Professor Bear show last night.
Yeah.
So go check it out on the Wrestling Society Network. Listen, because guys, I'm telling you, that was a hell of a time. Also go check out Mayhem Media because Mayhem Media is doing a damn good job at what they're doing. And yeah, guys, just remember, the Nice Guy Podcast is where it's at, because tonight is the Ricky Dick Bullshit Podcast, episode 16 of season 2, because let me tell you, when we get together, we come up with all types of deals, because we got not just tonight's show, but we got shows inside of work. We got like NWA Muck 2. We're planning to have that, because we got to have plenty more guys come in and talk about their stories, because we know that they haven't even scratched the surface yet. Now, I want to shout Sabu one more time tonight, because Sabu is the man, the myth, the legend, and we lost him recently. It's sad, but just know he went out on his own terms. People want to say that he was forced into it. No, because Sabu don't do what Sabu is forced into. Sabu does what Sabu wants to do. And Sabu was going to go out on his shield. Just remember that, because Sabu is the man. Sabu ain't no bitch. Sabu is ECW. And also I want to shout out NiceGuyAndy out there. NiceGuyAndy, you the man right now. Got his little haircut going on. He's got it all prim and proper. Showed it off this week on the stories and all that. Well, let me tell you something, Andy. The podcast god, SuperFly John Lee, he's got the beard growing out. He's going to have it all pristine. I'm going to make sure that by the time that you come back, you're going to be seeing a whole new SuperFly John Lee, because I'm the man with a plan. And I continue to come up with storylines and also ideals and all this that's just running rampant inside my mind. I just want to give out a shout real quick to Sean Johns, Wrestling Encyclopedia, doing his thing. Got everything going on for him at work. Good things happen to good people. That's my cousin. I want to give a shout out to Big Beard Dudley. Joe Hitton, doing a great job where you're working, brother. Doing a great job. I want to also give a shout out to Chris Blade, because Chris Blade, you're doing your thing, and that's alright, and that's what it's all about. Chris Blade, you the man. Just remember, practice makes perfect. Keep that training going on, brother. And you do Browning. Shout out to you, because brother, without you, we wouldn't have anything. Because you're Sean John's bodyguard. And just remember that, because we care. Shout out to you as well, Half Shot. We ain't forgotten you, brother. We ain't forgotten you one bit. Also tell that damn rat, Ricky the rodent, to stay the hell away from the studio, because it smells like rodent in here. Man, whoo! Now next week, we got 3 big shows going on. Sunday night, we got a sit with the Supernatural, me, Leon. And hell, we're going to be having a whole host of things to talk about, because we're going to be talking about Supernaturals. We're going to be paying tribute to Sabu himself. We're going to have it all. And then guys, Monday night, we got another show. This was the Eric Levive. We're going to be putting over Self-Made Records, a band that he has just brought in. That's not all, because Tuesday nights, Tuesday's where it's at. Tuesday is when we got KWF, Kentucky Wrestling Federation, in the house with J.R. Rock, Cody Matthews, and Dale Bass. Grace us with their presence. They're going to be talking about Kentucky Wrestling Federation, which has a show going on May 23rd, Brock Party, Frankfort, Kentucky, Thornhill Education Center. Trust me, guys, you ain't going to want to miss that. No, we're not done, Mom. They're right now taking a smoke break downstairs, 420 style. Let me tell you guys, you don't want to miss May 23rd, because the podcast guy will be there. So will Jane. So will Big Beard Dudley. So will Sean Johnson. Let me tell you something, folks. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. And then, in June 15th, we got a wrestling show here in Lexington, Kentucky. We got AMW and New South bringing you the Summer Bash. I can't wait for that. I really can't, because it's going to be a hell of a time. Yes, it will be. Guys, I'm telling you. You want to go to the Ice Center June 15th, because that's when AMW, Appalachian Wrestling, and New South Wrestling bring you the best of the best. The cream of the crop. Ice Center. That's where it's at. And you know what? You got this podcast gods seal proof because SuperFly Johnny loves his professional wrestling, and that is what it's all about. That is what I live for. That is what I breathe. And I love that we have so much wrestling here in Kentucky that is bringing it hot, because it's helping the people that don't even realize that wrestling's still hot here in Kentucky come to that place. Let me tell you, for the longest time, a lot of people thought that Kentucky wrestling had died off. They thought that Kentucky wrestling was gone, done for, just because guys like Ian Rotten decided to ruin everything by having bleed, bleed, bleed every fucking show. Well, let me tell you guys, Kentucky wrestling is good and live because it has Elite Wrestling Alliance in Deadville, Kentucky. It has Appalachian Wrestling in any place in southern Kentucky. It's got Ultimate Championship Wrestling. It's got Triple Crown Wrestling. It's got United States Wrestling Federation, which is also run by Ready X, Jimmy Walls. And it's got so many other good promotions that you need to check out. Kentucky wrestling is not over. It is growing, and it is getting much better than what ever was. Let me tell you guys, you don't want to miss it for a damn second, because I'm telling you right now, the podcast guy wouldn't be anyone else but Kentucky wrestling. And not only that, but I put over Indiana wrestling, because also Indiana has some of the best promotions as well, like Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. I've been there. Paradigm Wrestling, that's a fucking great place too. Let me tell you, you don't want to miss these promotions, because they have great wrestling talent. Talent that you want to see, talent that you want to live for, talent that is always going to be right there for you. And as you can see behind me, you got a picture of AJ Alexander and James Kennedy, two of Kentucky's best of the best. And let me tell you, there's so much wrestling here in Kentucky that you want to check out. Oh man, you do not want to miss this, because I'm telling you right now, here in 2025, we got professional wrestling here in Kentucky that you want to strive for, that you want to be a part of, that you want to see. Guys, I'm telling you right now, the Nice Game Podcast wouldn't be anywhere else but professional wrestling right now. And not only that, but there are so many local musicians that we will be a part of. We are down for being in music videos. We are down for being in concerts with these great musicians. We are down to listen to everyone and bring it up and promote it and do everything that we can, because that is what it's all about here at the Nice Game Podcast. Because that is who I am. That is who Jamie is. That is who Sean Johns, Big Beard Dudley, B Money, and Nice Guy Andy is all about. So do it with us, because the Nice Game Podcast is always going to be promoting, always going to be doing everything. And just like tonight, we're putting over Ryan on line, because let me tell you, Ryan Line has some damn good songs that I've been listening to, and I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it, because he's got the voice of an angel. He's got the voice that makes you want to listen to him. So why don't you do yourself a favor? Go on over to the YouTube, type in Skullface Records. It ain't that hard. Click the skull, because that's the first profile that you're going to see. And then go down to the videos. Go on to the left. Well, actually right. Because you got to scroll past the videos. And you'll find a bunch of Ryan the Lion songs that you can check out and listen to. Because you got your Troy Perry show. You got all these great musicians that he shows off. There's also So Serious Black, who, man, when we had him inside the studio, we listened to a banger that had us wanting to listen to more of his stuff. I'll tell you guys, you don't want to miss the best of the best, and Skullface Records has it all for you. Just like Kentucky wrestling and Indiana wrestling. So why don't you do yourself a favor and check it all out?
Motherfuckers!
I've been putting it on.
I've been sitting here up in high gear.
And we're back.
Back, baby.
Hell yes.
Gotta take a 420 break.
Damn straight you do.
It's the weather's nice.
Yep.
There's a big storm coming in.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big storm coming at Friday, apparently.
77 miles an hour winds.
Fuck you, Storm. You're always ruining our pool, putting up.
Hell balls the size of titties.
I keep on putting the pool up, and the damn Storm always keeps on coming. But hey, if titties fall from the sky, I'll be there for it.
Titties rain on me in the summer. That's a real good song. We should write one. We should have a Nice Guy Andy soundtrack.
Yes.
And the number one hit would be is Titties Rain Down on Me.
Hell yeah.
Looks like it's gonna rain forever.
Sleep Token has a Rain Down on Me song, but it's about
You know, I
something else.
I'm just out here about Sleep Token.
I can't lie to you, Ryan.
Sorry, hit it.
On the way up here, you were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I listened to the new Sleep Token." I've not recognizably ever
Heard them?
anything.
Okay.
Not one track. Nothing even close.
That's fine.
I think Ronnie is into them too a lot.
Yeah, Ronnie
a lot of
actually
people
first
are.
showed them to me.
Them and another band called Ghost.
Yes, Ghost
Yeah.
is a good band.
I've just not heard nothing.
Ghost is awesome with their look and how they're kind of playing off the Catholic Church to Satan and all that stuff. I love it. Their music, everyone who actually listens to them, it sounds very 80s rock.
Is it?
It's very 80s rock in a sense. But
I heard they do change up their vibe quite a bit.
They do.
they do. They absolutely do.
Their
And-
singer basically.
But they don't change up their vibe like me.
No.
Yeah.
They're rock.
No, they're
regardless.
absolutely, yeah, 100%.
But they're kind of Pink Floyd sometimes.
Yes.
And they're kind of like
Iron Maiden. the
Iron
others,
Maiden
yeah.
and other times.
I recommend for your first Ghost experience to listen to Lacrima, which was just released.
That was a brand new.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, their album, because they just released an album, is now
Yep.
going up against Sleep Token's new album
Yep.
specifically. Well, the thing that's crazy about this is it's already being rumored, and whenever they first were talking about releasing music, they said something about a divide in houses, which just made no sense. It's all coming together that potentially they're going to be saying something about releasing a second album this year. Yeah.
Well, you guys talking about other people. I'm about to
Someone's
shout out
calling.
Uh-oh.
Danny Boone Rehab
Uh-oh.
just released a new
Hello?
song.
Oh, awesome. Who is it?
Hello?
Is it on speakerphone?
Yes, on speaker.
Welcome to the podcast. I can't hear you.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, wow. This is Danny Kerr on the phone.
Kerr, what's up,
What's up,
buddy?
Danny Kerr?
Dude, that's a coincidence. We were just talking about new releases. They were talking
Oh,
about.
we just talked-
He
yeah.
mentioned Sleep Token. Johnny here was talking about Ghost. I was fixing to mention Rehab has got a new 12-song. Shout out to Danny Boone. Nobody ever gives them no love. And then
Rehab.
Danny Kerr shows up calling in of Shocker that just released a new single. How you doing, Danny?
I'm doing great, man. How you guys doing tonight?
We are
Doing
rocking and
great.
rolling and strutting and strolling.
And Danny, your single, I listened to it the other day, man. I fucking love it, dude. It's so great. I really, really am impressed.
I really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Danny, how you been, man? The floor is yours for the next minute. Tell us how you been doing.
Doing pretty great, man. I'm just trying to kind of wrap up the, dot all the I's and cross the T's of this album that I've been kind of working on over the last couple of years. Everything's pretty much finished for the most part. I'm just kind of just going back and just, like I said, just making sure everything's correct, like the EQ's right, like the sound quality's good, and making sure, no vocal takes need to be redone or anything like that type of thing. But other than that, for the most part, it's finished.
Yeah, you were saying that you just didn't want to release something and then be like, oh, crap, I wanted to fucking do this. Or,
Yeah, because, sometimes, like, how you record something, in hindsight, you can look back on it and you say to yourself, man, I could have hit those notes better, like I could have sang it better, or I could have played that guitar lick better, or like a different idea pops in your head. I think sometimes it's good to record something and give it a little bit of time to breathe and then go back to it later. Because you can kind of sometimes look at it like through a different lens, like time will do that, I believe.
Yeah.
To deal with certain things.
And a lot of people won't let it breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a skill in its own to be able to do your get your bathwater ready, but not jump in because it's too hot.
Yeah, the beauty of it all is I'm not really on any kind of a time schedule or anything like that. So if I do want to go back and fix something or adjust something or tweak it in a certain way, I have that ability to do that, and that's that's kind of the beauty of the whole process and the whole creative process right now for me.
We've been watching some videos and stuff like that here on the show tonight, and your video's pretty creative, man. It's a completely different vibe than what we're used to with videos with you guys, and realistically, it's one of the first videos that I've seen kind of shot like that. What was your inspiration for that, and how'd you come about, just getting that kind of vibe coming in your video?
Well, pretty much I wanted to just tell a basic story, right? Like, So we've all been through it, right? We've all dated, and we've all fell in love, and we think it's going somewhere, but it just kind of turns out to just be a fling, right? And then you guys go your separate ways. And that's pretty much what that story is in that song, in a nutshell. But I guess, like, for to answer your question about the inspiration for it, is I wasn't really sure, like, where to go with it at first, because I had a lot of ideas. I wanted it to be a live action video. But, I kind of thought instead, like, it might be, like, a little bit better to just do this animated. And the way I went about doing that is I drew some pictures, like I drew some of the characters. And I hate to even admit that I'm using AI for music videos, but yeah, I did use some AI for the video, like to bring the characters and stuff to life, like that I drew.
That's
and
neat,
create
man.
some of the scenery.
That's cool.
We're all doing it now, right? Like, we're all using AI for stuff, so I figured I may as well just go ahead and utilize the tool,
I said big fat white guy dreads, and it gave me an image of something with like 4 dicks. I thought it was cool, man. I've been looking forward to this release for a little bit, and I think it hit pretty solid, man. I think it's a really solid song.
Good track.
I think it tells a good story.
The video matches the vibe of the song.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. Is it really just all goes together so well.
The one question I have, is there an alternate version where the top comes off or the pants come down?
Are you talking about the cartoon characters in the video?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I could probably make that happen.
Could we get a part? Could we get an uncensored? Can we get the uncensored version?
Yeah.
Where you guys do it one more time?
Well, yeah. I just don't know for sure if YouTube's gonna allow that to be up there or not.
Yeah.
This might be
something.
something.
The video gonna stay up, dog.
This might be something we just share at birthday parties and bar mitzvahs.
Well, Nick, I'm definitely not shy about
Skullface goes
X. Executioner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a solid album too, man. It's cool to see some releases coming off of this next venture of Shocker. Being able to meet Kyle and getting to know him. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys came up with when you guys, because hanging out with you guys are the type of dudes that I'd like to write music with. So it's exciting to see what you guys come up with.
I'm gonna bring up.
Oh yeah, man. It's the whole thing just kind of started as a passion project, really. Like, we really didn't have any kind of rhyme or a reason or any plans for how we wanted it to sound in particular. I think I wrote this in my Facebook post that I made about it, but we just kind of sat down with some guitars, like old school style, and we were just like, hey man, let's just start hashing out these ideas and see what we come up with.
That's how it
happens. Let's write about our experiences and let's just see what happens with it.
That's how it happens, man. It's like you just got to do it sometimes. People don't get it. Like, sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah, and the great thing about this album that's the process being finished is it's a lot like a roller coaster, really. Like, because it kind of starts strong, but then like you get to about the middle part of the album, and then like it kind of goes into like some dark areas, but then like once it gets towards the end, it kind of swings back up the hill again. At the very end, it kind of turns back like party mode again. It'll make sense when you hear it.
Cool. That was cool, man. Danny, appreciate you calling in. We're going to actually listen to your new song here in a little bit on the show.
Yep.
If you would, tell people how to check out your new tune, where they can find it.
Well, you can search us on YouTube, obviously. You can go to Skullface Records and find all of our links there on those pages. I believe the YouTube channel is Shocker Rocker 1.
Shocker Rocker.
That's what it is. And I think if you want to find us on Facebook, it's just Shocker Official. And Reverb Nation.
Oh, Reverb? Are you on Reverb?
What?
I haven't heard Reverb forever.
Yeah, I do believe that Reverb Nation is also Shocker Official. So
You do me a favor and look up Skullface Records at some point, or like negative 77 or something, because I had a Reverb literally 15, 16 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I forgot all about Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation's cool.
I really didn't use it a whole lot in recent years, but I mean, it is still up there, and I still update it.
It seems neat. I need to get back into that, man. That just rang some bells.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I mean, it's a free promotional tool, you know what I mean? It's any tool that you can utilize to get your name out there that's not going to charge you a monthly fee. I mean, I'm all about it. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I agree too, brother, man. Well, dude, enjoy the rest of your night, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, man.
Take care, brother. Take care, brother.
You too.
Yep.
See you, buddy.
See you guys.
It's cool having call-ins and watching music and having Ryan across from me, Johnny, because we used to have a podcast we did a season of that you can find on the YouTube page called Mix Mayhem Music Review. Dude, we'd find random, non-popular videos or, underground videos, and we would just watch them and review them. Then we'd have a video of the week and all that kind of stuff. So
it was a blast.
I thought it would be neat. We're not going to go into a season 2 yet. When we were coming back up the steps a little bit ago, we were kind of flirting with the idea. But I feel like while we're here and we still have 45 minutes of a podcast to do, let's have our own little Mix Mayhem music review show.
That's right.
So we'll start off with a couple of cool songs. We'll watch some videos and stuff. This first one's coming out of Cincinnati. It's an awesome band. One of the first times I heard these.
I love him.
Yeah, one of these first times I ever heard these guys live, I was at Fountain Square in Cincinnati randomly, and we were walking around trying to find some beer to drink or something, or somewhere to smoke in the corner or some shit. And these guys were on stage, and do they just, once I started listening, you went back, you were on it.
It messed up.
Oh, it's okay. And dude, I've just been a fan ever since. I've played them on a handful of shows.
Awesome.
We've heard
so many of their. Yeah.
We've heard a couple of their tunes before. This is Mad Anthony with "Rocket to the Sun."
That's right.
I feel like I don't think these guys have released anything new for half a decade, maybe. But a decade ago, I feel like these guys almost represented the scene in Cincinnati, at least for me with the sound. It's kind of anti-progressive rock, sort of.
Well, as I was saying, this really
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially that voice.
hot water music is always that's what I love about it. Man, I love pop rock.
Yeah. Good jawbreaker.
Yeah.
I like it. Little breakdown. I like that the breakdowns aren't heavy solos, aren't huge guitar pieces, but more like breakdown grooves. It's like when you go into the tunnel on Mario until you get to the next tunnel real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
It's also goes with the video. The video was matching up.
And then when it comes off of this dude, it starts rocking.
Well, I remember the other song. That one, it's so fun. It reminds me about my first. Yeah, that Tom. I love that.
They got several. They got the whole catalog. But
Apocalyptic space video.
and it's neat because he did this himself. This video himself is all live animation. Still tells the So for Mixed Mayhem music review, that would get a big thumbs up.
That would have gotten
from all around the table.
All around,
yeah.
That would have made it into the next round of whatever we were doing.
Well, it was doing that show that I realized that like finding good music was fun, but also finding bad music was kind of fun too.
Oh, dude! some of the local hip hop.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of hip hoppers that I could hip hop a drop.
Yeah.
So I could have a lot of fun with them, but a lot of them, Missy something.
Oh, I remember her. Yeah, she was.
I can't remember her.
She didn't rap at all, and that's what was really bothered me is she never rapped. It was like just speaking on top of whatever was being like musically portrayed. It was weird.
This is an interesting question after looking back, because we did that podcast almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What going into it when we first had the idea of going into doing a podcast series? What was your intent and goals of accomplishing from it?
Really, honestly, it was. The reason why I tried to do anything is it was just an experience. Mm-hmm. Like that was one thing.
Just do it, get through it.
Absolutely, and then also ever since meeting you specifically, because like I remember one of the first nights hanging out with you when you had that studio that was down off of Cynthiana Road.
Yeah. That was epic.
Yeah,
an epic
all
year.
of that. Like even your bachelor party, which was a big.
That was fun, wasn't it?
That was awesome. But I remember one of the first nights hanging out with you, I remember getting the guitar gig for Ashes of Atlanta, showing you some of my solo stuff.
Rehearsing inside that building.
Absolutely.
How much fun was that?
You immediately put me on like, hey man, let's do a show. And I remember getting there and just being so like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now.
Yeah, we're doing a show.
I can't believe this is happening. And ever since that moment, I always knew I wanted to do something like that.
The Sin City Live?
Sin City Live, yeah, that was a big, that's still one of the biggest videos on Skullfast.
That was probably the coolest thing that happened in that building.
That was one of the best nights.
We shot a lot of video. We shot a lot of radio. We had a lot of fun out back.
We had some big names. We had Zach. We had a lot of
cool stuff in there. But I feel like the Sin City Live series that we recorded in there was a little bit more special for some reason than anything else that we did.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Pretty neat.
No, absolutely. I mean, I will, just because it was special to me, because it was one of the best band experiences, because I've been in different bands, but being in Ashes of Atlanta, even though the brief moment that it was fun. I still hold all.
And our bass player wasn't the best.
No, dude, but he was fun.
He didn't care.
He was fun.
Oh, Slim.
Yeah, no, Evan on drums. You had and we just passed his house today. You had Aaron on vocals and it was.
Aaron's living out 27.
Yeah.
The American flag, honk your horn.
Absolutely, man, living his life. Proud of him.
Yeah, he got married, man. He's doing real well. It's cool. I got him. I brought him up here to do a bunch of radio and a bunch of stuff. We did one Bull Nasty show.
Oh yeah,
you remember the Bull Nasty show?
Yeah, I do remember that one.
We did one episode of the Bull Nasty show, and then I got him to do the word of the day.
Yeah, and I remember it was like cattywampus or something.
It
like
was
that.
cattywampus.
Yeah.
Do you know what cattywampus means, Johnny?
What is cattywampus?
Cattywampus. Maybe we should watch the YouTube video.
The cattywampus video.
Go type in. Go to the Skullface page real quick.
Oh, is it on there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Cattywampus.
Cattywampus.
Yeah. So
we're about to find out what it is.
You know, me too.
Where's it?
Let's see. Here, let me see. There we go. I'll find it real quick.
Cattywampus. Is it a tush or a pussy?
No, nothing. I don't.
How do you turn up the TV?
Yeah, like this.
You might have to start the video.
Aaron Douglas, what it?
There it is.
Here we go. We're gonna do the Skullface Records word of the day. We start here.
Skullface Records word of the day. Aaron Douglas, what is the word of the day? The word of the day is right.
I didn't ever realize that picture. That's so
Could you use it in a sentence? I can. The young man's hung penis was cattywampus while erect. All this day, nobody cares about the cattywampus.
That's what it is.
Yeah, cattywampus is a crooked or a stray object. After he got married, I think he was kind of embarrassed of some of these things he did with the radio, because I'd send it to him and I never got the response I thought I'd get. I was like, man, your cattywampus thing hit like 100 views, and he wouldn't say anything.
It's like, don't be reminding me of that.
Yeah, also, if you guys, like I said, we go to the Skullface Records page. We're more than just tunes. You can find all kinds of podcasts. You can find all old radio shows. All of our old radio shows from the old studio in 2020.
All there.
They're all there. All the episodes. You can find those on that and major streaming services.
And I need to go back and see if I can find
Just listen to stuff.
Well, see if I can find that first episode I was on. That first.
Yeah.
Because I remember getting that. I remember getting back to my house that night, and you had already posted it, and I remember going back and listening to it and
be
just
like, wow.
Yeah, just being mesmerized.
Dude, one of the coolest things when we first met you and had you come into the studio is where you were working, you would get off and we would be in prime time, like rocking and rolling when you got off work.
Yeah.
And you would bring these big boxes of sweet treats.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of sweet treats, dude.
That's right.
And we would just eat until we were just on the floor, man.
Was it a good experience because you were doing 420?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That whole thing was always 420. Like, that was nonstop 420.
That's what you do when you munch.
They turned it into a liquor store now. I drove by it the other day, and it's an old fucking liquor store.
Yeah. That's the same place. There's another short of you and me jamming on guitar and violin, and that's where that happened as well.
That was cool too.
Yeah.
If you could, can you get the let's see, what was the song called? Get My Kicks, Dead Air Dennis. Can you get that set up for me?
Yeah, Dead Air Dennis.
Yeah, with the Music Man, music review, Mix Man, music review. So many good memories on that. It's the vibe of the show. It was kind of sorta. I had the Pinfalls and Power Chords show going on, where we were listening to stuff and scoring it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do that exact thing, but I wanted to listen, and Mike didn't want to listen to nothing but metal. So I wanted to do kind of the same concept, but not listen to metal.
Exactly.
You know, listen to everything else. But then I was like, well, I don't want to put a score on it.
Yeah.
I just want to review it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna give my
music.
I'm gonna give my honest fucking opinion on it. We're gonna record it
and have fun with it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I would always post edit. Like I'm kind of to the age now that I like doing everything live. Like, I don't really care about the post edit.
Yeah.
The coolest thing the post edit can do is like add some effects and some background music.
Yeah, put a little to it, but it's the moment that matters. Yeah.
And you know, just saying honest stuff. So I think if we go into a season 2, I think we should do season 2 live.
I like that.
That'd be a cool deal. That'd be a cool deal. This next one, we haven't listened to the entire song. We know the artist really well. They're super popular here in Lexington. Dead Air Dennis wins DJ of the Year for the radio stations around here. I think he's did it since like the 80s or 90s.
Oh, wow.
I think he's only like 50 years old because he don't age, but he's been winning the awards since the 1950s. Yeah, he's like a vampire. And then Brian Himes, he's a great dude, man. He played Skullfest 1.
Really? Okay.
He drove out of his way. It was one of the first times that we hung out, man, and got to do music. He went out of his way to come to my house, and I was so busy. He was calling. He was lost. He couldn't find my house out in the country. So he found it finally, and he got right up on stage and did his thing and had to go and stuff like that. I felt bad that he came all the way out there, but he came out there and he played a hell of a show.
That's awesome.
And we got that all on video. I think I got one performance by him on video that we can watch live sometimes. It's pretty neat.
Awesome.
He's a great performer, but him and Dead Air's been playing everywhere. And like you said, they're super, like, the people don't get how popular they are.
No, they're absolutely a rage. Like,
and they're every week. They're every
week.
week. They're nonstop. Like Brian, if he's not with Dead Air, he's doing his own thing too. You know, he's kicking ass, man. So this is Get My Kicks by Dead Air Dennis and Brian Himes. All I think is the one that puts out the video. There might be more.
Definitely have like a 70s rock, like 60s, yeah, I think like early 60s.
me, he reminds me of like if Ozzy Osbourne had a little brother and he played violent films type songs.
Yeah, I get that.
He played like alternative rock.
But I know Brian does some kind of blues.
Like that's fucked up. That's rock. Yeah, rock. Oh yeah.
Guitar break. We're just putting it out there. I'm wondering if like they're just typing it in like.
Oh yeah, they are. When I do my lyric videos, I'm watching it and everything live.
Yeah.
And then I go back and do it again.
Like they kind of have that. Yeah, they absolutely have that vibe.
Right. Good song, short, sweet, and awesome. That was Dead Air Dennis and Brian Hime with "Get My Kicks." You can check that out on YouTube. Ryan, so while we're doing our small induced show, mixed mayhem music review on here on the bullshit fucking podcast. But whatever happened to that guy? Mike, was that his name?
Money Mike?
Yeah.
What happened to that cocksucker?
Oh,
I haven't seen him do nothing.
beats me
Like, I haven't
because
seen nothing.
remember he tried saying that we ran him off.
Like he didn't die, did he? Like I feel bad if he's dead.
He's still alive.
Somebody hits us up and they're like, "Oh, dude, he died."
No, he's still alive.
Dude, a little bit of wrestling real quick. Dude, did you see Mickey Knuckles and the hardcore fucking beatdown she got?
Yeah.
She's a bad bitch.
She's a bad bitch for sure.
She's a bad bitch. I got a Mickey Knuckles story.
Yeah,
If you got a Mickey Knuckles story, you're supposed to tell a Mickey Knuckles story, aren't you?
Yep.
So, I was blessed by Mr. Scott Diamond to be the ring announcer for KPW in Frankfort, Kentucky.
Yep.
And the juicy one, Mr. Jimmy, was there, and I think he drew in some people that wasn't normally there, and I think one of them that he got to come in with or maybe it was just Scott that got her in, but Mickey Knuckles came to whoop some other chick's ass or some dude's ass or something, whatever. But I was the ring announcer, and she came in and fucking pushed me back in the corner and got on, like, up on the rope and shook her titties on me, and it was fucking awesome. And I fucking fell down to the ground, looked over at my wife, made sure she didn't hate me, and then went on about my business. But that's my Mickey Knuckles story, dude. She whooped somebody's ass, and I got to have a good time when she came out.
She gave you a very good time.
Yeah,
Usually you pay extra for it.
I didn't realize what a badass
She was.
You know, I didn't realize that while she was doing that, she probably could have took something out and stabbed me in the back of the head or cut off all my dreads and choked me with
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So lucky.
She's a bad bitch, for sure.
So I got a music question, man.
Yes, sir.
The question of the show, right now, if you had to name 2 artists that are your go-tos when you listen to music right now, and you're, you know, you get in the car, and you have to choose, like you're going to choose what you're getting ready to listen to on your way to work. What are you listening to? What's your 2 artists right now that motivates you?
Well, usually on my way to work, because it's funny, I'm the routine guy. On my way to work, I'm podcasts.
Oh, I thought you listened to my music.
No, man, no. A podcast. I'm usually a big, huge podcast fan. That's almost all I listen to. Specific, I'm a big fan of comedy and murder, so most of my podcasts are centered around that. But that's the big fan of that. But usually when I'm listening to music, right now, because I am an outright Sleep Token fan,
you're listening to that new Sleep Token album.
I am absolutely loving the new album. It's an album that it's going to be very divisive in a sense, but the people who really just love the
when they're putting out this album, how many songs and stuff are on it? Is it a full length?
It's 10 songs.
And are you listening to it like an album? Are you listening to 1, then 2, then 3?
You want to hear how much of a nerd I am about this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the nerd story. Okay. So They have had a countdown on Spotify for like the past 90 days.
I think I've
of
noticed
this album.
that. Yeah.
They've had and I have been keeping track of this. So I am such a nerd that on that Thursday night, I had it pretty much planned that at 12 o'clock,
You're listening to
I
it.
literally watched the countdown tick off, and I started it right at second one. Nice and peaceful, everything, out of me. I had everything I needed around me. Everyone in my house was asleep. I had both earbuds in, and I cycled that entire album. And
Nice.
at the end of it, I just said, beautiful.
That's
It was just amazing.
That's what I do with the Cornet experience every week.
Like,
Yeah. Cornet is one of the best ones.
That's cool, man.
yeah, that was.
That's
it
cool
was,
that
it
they
was,
got you like that.
It was an experience.
It's good
for
the
me.
music has got people like that.
Absolutely, and that's the thing is like, not everyone's gonna love it. That's
Yeah.
fine. But
Exactly.
the people who do love it, we really love it. Like,
Mhm.
that's the thing, and they know that, and they're absolutely starting to utilize and put out things that are like, this album was predominantly more of a pop album with some metal little
Yeah.
intricacies like sprinkled around.
That's the same way I feel about Ghosts.
Yeah,
I've heard they're a lot.
Because
They're similar.
They
they
are.
got
They're
metal
similar
people
but
don't
so
like.
different.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
And metal
Same
people
genre,
don't
different
like
band.
No, a lot of people hate them. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard they're like the same band, like the same genre, but different bands.
absolutely.
Yep.
So like
Absolutely.
Stone Temple Pilots and Smashing Pumpkins,
Yep.
They don't sound
Very
nothing-
much.
They don't sound nothing
Nothing
like
like,
the
but
same
they,
style.
you
man.
can easily compare them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I've been listening to fucking a lot of Danny Boone, fucking Rehab.
Yeah.
I listen to the WRKL, whatever fucking podcast he's got or whatever now too. He's got a podcast. I'm fucking hooked on it.
And then
And-
Spose release an album.
I haven't heard anything new from Spose, but the new Rehab, they just put out something about a week ago, and none of the tracks like grab me. But Danny Boone, I'll go back and listen to it and then find a hit. But Danny Boone, under Rehab, under the name, I don't know what the production was, but he released like 4 or 5 of these EPs. Like one was like blue, one was orange, one was red or whatever. Like 5 of them. And I've been finding songs off it. And this one song's called Pacino. And if you're a hip hop dude,
Oh yeah.
type in Rehab / Pacino and listen to the whole song, but pay attention to verse 2 because it's ridiculous.
He just cuts into it.
It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
everything that I want from Danny Boone every once in a hoot for me to still like be that big fan.
Just-
Because I'm a huge
dig
fan
into
of
it,
Rehab.
yeah.
Like, I listen. A lot of my songs sometimes sound inspired from Rehab. Like, and I got 2 big inspirations: Faith No More, Mike Patton that did Tomahawk and Mr. Bungle and all that crazy shit. And then, like, it seems like for the last decade and a half, it's been Danny Boone. You know, he's
Yeah.
not even that famous.
Yeah.
Rehab ain't that famous, but in my house they are.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I get
yeah.
that.
To me, it seems like they are.
Rehab Bartender, that's one of my
Bartender's amazing, and that just, they have so many that should have been hits after that with
They
it,
should have.
or a couple hits before that song that came out.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you, man, Rehab Pacino, type that shit in and see what you got.
I'll check that out later.
We got the song of the week, the
Oh,
Mix
song
Mayhem
music review.
song of the week. We haven't had one of these for over a year and a half.
Ah, that's crazy.
And this one comes all the way from Europe. It's a homie that I talk to on the phone all the time. He's always texting me trying to see what I'm doing. And I'm seeing what he's doing, man. If we can ever get him to come across the seas, he will play a show for ease. Is that this group he was in was with his girlfriend or sister or some shit. Maybe the same thing. Maybe his girlfriend and his sister. But
Those are 2 different.
they call themselves the
Unless you Jack
Apes.
White, I think that's 2
Sweet
different.
home,
And-
United Kingdom.
They're in United Kingdom. That's all good there.
Yeah. Okay.
They call themselves Apes. The song's called Like the Cool Kids Say. It's super chill, man. It's
Such an
super
awesome
chill.
song.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoys it. You guys need to experience this song. I never noticed the fog they got going on.
I didn't either.
That's cool. Kinda looks like their house on fire while they're playing on fucking
I don't know how he's wearing them shoes without socks though. His feet got me sweating.
Knees weak, back broken into too much baggage for a small trip. You can keep a whole damn crew. Have me helping, be your helper.
Watch the video. It's a
Carry them back into our room.
acoustic guitar, 2
But I love
just
pushing,
in a room just singing a
and
song.
I found that I love
Very
you.
raw.
Baby, let me, let it be seen.
But that's kind of the vibe of the Sin City Live.
Yeah, no, it was.
Same,
Yeah.
it's the same. This is the exact same
I
vibe.
know, baby, you're too high half the time. You can shoot me, but that's the true beat. You haven't had a day without a fight. It's
You
stupid.
can find this song. I did a blog series called Come From Earth.
Yeah,
Please don't make it right. Every help
This song's featured on some of the
This shit.
Ryan song and Dominic song.
we can leave that
Bad
another day. Right back.
It's on there.
You love me.
It's a hell of a
We
combo.
can let today slide away.
That tree.
Baby, tell me, easy.
I think
Hold my hand away. Maybe smoke weed on the way. Let's get lit. Like the cool kids say.
such a chill song.
Baby, let me get easy. Hold my hand sway. Maybe smoke weed on the way. Let's get lit.
They got the honky today.
Like the cool kids say.
Yeah, that's a cool song, man. You know, right there. That's the song of the week. Apes with like the cool kids say, man. What a cool vibe and a cool song. You know, it's a song when you go into a bar, you know you're fixing to have a good time. You know you're gonna get a good drink.
Yeah.
It's gonna taste how you want it. So we're here. We're promoting Skullfest 6, which is gonna be in Louisville, Kentucky, 5800 Fern Valley Road, right in the smack heart of Louisville, Kentucky. Our boys at Slow Kill got me the venue. They're gonna be headlining. So
Heck
you
yeah.
know it's gonna be fucking nuts.
Oh, it's gonna be so
They're gonna-
loud
they're-
and awesome.
They're gonna be partying the whole fucking time. They're gonna be rocking like Slow Kill rocks. If you want to see Slow Kill before then, they're touring all over the fucking place.
And John
They're
is
up
such a
north.
awesome
They're
person.
down south. They're over left. They're over
They're
right.
everywhere.
It's fucking Slow Kill, dude. The lineup goes as is. We got variations of May, which they're amazing. I remember Kevin Benzie hit me up and saying, hey, I got a band together, we're gonna do some gigs. I know I booked them at Neon Nights. They were part of Skullfest 5 last year.
All right.
They, since then, I think they're kind of on a mini tour right now. They've had 11 or 12 gigs all over central Kentucky, up in Ohio a little bit and stuff, man. They're all over the place playing, dude.
They're hitting it, yeah.
Yeah, they're kicking ass and taking names. Then we got yourself, Ryan the Lion, man. We got the Band 55. Now, you might be like, who's the Band 55?
Yeah.
Well, there's an awesome dude named Rick. And he's going to be doing the sound up here at Skullfest 6.
Okay.
And he's also got a band called the Band 55.
The Band 55.
And they kick 55 kinds of ass. So we're going to be seeing them play live. We got our man Nick Teal.
Yeah, Nick.
I know you mentioned Nick Teal. Saying
awesome.
that you literally were like, but I'd like to get Nick Teal on there to play again. And I was
Yeah,
like, that's a
he's
good
got-
idea. I literally sent a text out, an email to him, and
Well, he's a Louisville native. You gotta,
right there in his
bring him
hometown,
into town,
in
yeah.
his backyard, dude, because he performed also last year at Skullfest.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going to be doing the
yeah.
show. He's going to be coming up here and doing the Nice Guy Andy bullshit.
Awesome.
Yeah,
May
the
29th.
bullshit Rinky Dink
Nice.
podcast. Also on the lineup. Well, I'll tell you my stuff back to back to back. I'm performing 3 times.
You're hitting 3 different performances.
I'm doing my Nick
Big
Nasty
Nick.
stuff. I got 3 hip hop songs that I've did all the music to that I'm putting
Yeah.
down that I'll just put in and I'm gonna just rap over.
You're gonna throw it down.
I got the after party with my boy Danny Kerr
Yeah,
who called
Danny's
in.
hitting it. Yeah.
He called in here. We talked to him, man, and we got Evan Smith playing drums with us because he's going to be up there playing with the Troy Perry show
I love it.
because they're going to be a part of it.
He's a hell of a drummer.
And then I have my new band. Like I said, I haven't got to really dig into talking about the new band a whole lot, but the Psychotic Marvels.
Yes.
We're going to be rocking and rolling at this, and then we also got another band, Baby Wolf. Everybody knows Baby Wolf.
Baby
Yeah,
Wolf,
yeah, we
which
do.
he is the leader of
The
this
new band, they're
Yeah.
called Psychic Dictatorship.
Like it reminds me of a early '90s punk name almost.
Yeah. They've been going at it now for I guess close to a year. I guess it's been about a year because they played as well last year at Skullfest 5.
Yeah, I've heard that they're really good, actually.
So we're rolling them back in. They'll be hitting the stage. We got Anonymous. We got the Troy Perry show, Slowkill headlining, and then we got you, man. What do you got in store thinking about Skullfest 6? Do you got any new tunes? Or are you going to be playing some of the tunes that we've been listening to tonight? What's your plans for it?
Well, I always try to have goals for, I don't do that many shows, so when I do a show, I really try to kind of put a big focus on it. I actually have a song that I have just recently written that I am wanting to premiere at Skullfest 6 that I want to go ahead and give it a birth. So I'm in the process of actually, I have it written, but I have to have it downloaded into me. So I'm in the process of playing it over and over again just to get that solid. So whenever I step up there,
second nature.
It's pushing a button and it comes out. So yeah.
Second nature. Well, speaking of you playing live, dude, we have a guitar sitting over here. And I think maybe if we could get you over here to play a tune for us. If you don't care.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's funny. I was about to play.
And like I said, when you get up there, you can just
played that already on the.
Well, you can still play it. You can still play it live.
No, I think what I might do is I might play Freezer Space. I might
we're still playing Freezer Space too.
Are you still planning on playing Freezer Space?
Yeah.
All right.
But we can listen to it live.
So whichever one of those you want to do.
I might do. Yeah. Well, let's do some Freezer Space. Yeah.
Yeah. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, just sing into this direction, and these mics will pick you up.
I gotcha.
That's right.
We got Ryan the Lion doing some live in living color. You can do what you wanna do in living color. He's gonna probably make sure his capo's on.
Actually, man, I think I'm.
Did you ever put your strap on? Giggity giggity. All right.
That's right.
Actually, I haven't even. Yeah, I guess I'll try it. If I mess up, I mess up. What's the fun of it?
Yeah.
Sound perfect.
Oh, if you got the bodies, oh, I've got the freezer space. Oh, if you got the bodies, oh, I've got the freezer space. Oh, if you got the bodies, oh, I've got the freezer space. I would shovel the grounds for you, destroy every trace. Oh, I've got coffee grounds for bloodhounds, oh, and bleach for deep stains. Whatever crime committed, oh, was mine all the same. So let's run and hide, my love, oh, and jump off the grid. Oh, the secrets we have buried, oh, the evidence we hid. So let's ride this wild ride, or die up in flames. Regretful actions taken, no, but I'll still remain. So if you got the bodies, oh, I've got the freezer space. I would scrub up the blood for you, destroy forensic case. Also, when you're hanging there with a rope around your head, oh, if you still got the bodies, oh, I'll hide the freezer shed. Oh, if you got the bodies, oh, I've got the freezer space. Oh, if you got the bodies, oh, I've got the freezer space. I said if you got the bodies, oh, I've got the freezer space. Oh, if you got the bodies, oh, I've got the freezer space.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. That was awesome, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for performing, dude. We got the live rendition of Freezer Space by Ryan the Lion right here in the studio, man. It's amazing when you have the will to do it, and you're consistent, and you're positive, and you're honest with everything that you're doing, how much can happen.
That's right.
Did you ever think that you'd have so many people and so many memories made in this little room when you put this together?
Well, to be honest, I kind of figured that we would.
Oh, so
He had goals.
You have to have that idea,
Yeah.
fucking positive idea to make shit fucking happen.
That's what I was.
So you were just like that old baseball movie, like, build it and they will come.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Get inside here and go with the flow. If
That's
it works,
awesome.
it works.
And if you got the bodies, we got the freezer
That's
space.
right.
Well, I guess we'll listen to a few bands that are on. If you want to go to the Skullface page up there, we'll listen to a few bands that are going to be at Skullfest 6, 5800 Fern Valley Road, Louisville, Kentucky, August 2nd.
And I know the one that you're talking about.
If we charge any money at the door to be $5, and that'll be to try to get everybody gas money that has to come up there and stuff, man. We're gonna listen to some tunes. Let's go first. Yeah, go to that playlist, but go down. We'll go play that anonymous expression on the face.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Ronnie called in earlier. Him and Troy were hanging out at Wally World, and this is anonymous. Ronnie Kenner's only single in 2025 right now. And it's kicking ass and taking names.
That's what I said. Like the second I started releasing something, he always releases something. I'm just like, damn, guy. Like, yeah.
Pretty cool video too. I like it the most because there was another video that had that James Wimmer guy in it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he changed it. He took his dumb ass out of it.
Tell you this man is alien. Now tell me this ain't an alien doing all this. It's us being giving us secrets to us.
So you want to tell you some insight on where he got some of his footage? There's a haunted house that takes place in Indiana. And he went there when the haunted house was being set up and stuff. And kind of took some footage and went through.
That's how you got it. You got it.
Yes, you got the creative. Yes, you got the
That's right. It's all DIY. Hey, that's a hit. Like if he were on acid right now, that'd be good.
Yeah, you know, all of this stuff is, man, I try to explain this to the people that I made this label to put out here to help and have a place for all the people that didn't have a home for their music. And only a small, minuscule percentage of people are any part of it. It's still been so many years, and there's so much talent that's been put under one label now for especially over the last 5 years, that it's something that I feel like we can all be proud of being a part of, and other people here to be part of stuff.
I always love when I have people that fresh air work. You know, and I was like, check that out. I saw you on this, or I saw this. Yeah, that's
See, man, we come together through all of our, dreams and work and ethic that we put behind this. We all kind of have managed to create something, out of nothing.
Absolutely.
Because all it is a dream. It's a dream and an idea that I'm putting to, fruition. And then you get stuff like this. Like, there's no reason why, the song, one of the songs we heard by Ryan earlier, this one, or any of the ones we're fixing to listen to, I feel like any album can hang with anything that's on the radio. Like you can put this on the radio right now, and I feel like
that I love, and especially with the other stuff, we're not trying to be somebody else. Like, we're not trying to copy something else. We're only trying to show our own.
That's hard for me to do. I can go in and see it out. Like, I have to have an original idea.
Yeah, if I want to see something,
I want to put my own stamp. I don't want to show what I can. Right.
All about convenience.
And now let's go to, I got to brag about Dio. Going back, stay in this playlist, but go up. I got to brag about Dio, so I'm gonna.
Please breathe out.
I'm gonna listen.
Right?
Yeah, I got Danny Kerr too,
Get
man. He
down.
called in. We're gonna be playing at Skullfest 6. This will be the first time that the after party ever got together. This is Dio on bass, Dio on drums. Hey, Nick on rhythm guitar, Danny on lead, and vocals.
I remember this song that happened.
This was our idea of what we wanted to do with this song back then.
Yeah, I remember.
And then when we stopped playing, it turned into the Tuesday country.
Yeah.
Without this rap version, the Logan rap version, it was brand new. So they want to throw rap version.
The rap version, that's what makes it sound like
Apple Crown.
And Krusty solos, man. And Charles badass.
Warlock. Yeah.
The way he played the fingers.
How fast the fingers, boy.
I did this video too. I was never had a little
Well, like I say, I was a memory of being there, and that's what brings the video on having a night. How it is, a fun night. Drum back on. Shred sessions are like non-stop and both shredding and it was heavy, man. I love playing this part. Sounds like something that we don't put over on, you know what I'm saying?
The image on the bottom left here is crazy.
Yeah.
That was them over the ground.
No way.
He just hit me up randomly. Here, brother. Here's the president.
That's awesome.
Cool. And now I got to show off our bass player and our drummer's not in this, but go up to the Psychotic Marbles right above it.
Right here.
Down one.
One, yeah, he's got a gun, yeah.
Like I said, we don't. This isn't with our bass player we have now, Chad Myers, or our drummer, Doug Jackson. This is me and Jason Brown, and we're together with that right
Rewritten rules.
Yeah, it'd be a whole lot of fun, man. But
I can play Alan Wake.
you got the Skullface record shirt on, man. You're always fucking supporting the fucking cause. So we appreciate you, man. We appreciate everything that is, man. We're listening to Skullface Records. Go to the YouTube page, like all the stuff. And we go to find Ryan stuff, like it, share it.
On Spotify, on Apple Music.
Guys, thank y'all for tuning in tonight, listening to everything. This has been SuperFly Jolly and the Skullfest record, Skullfest promotion, and Skullfest. So guys, you know, have fun. You ain't getting them. Yeah!